Hello, everyone. So I'm going to repeat this obviously, but for those who are already here, so the way that it's going to work is that we're going to go through a little bit through the workshop and what does that mean to dare to be seen, heard, and get paid, right? The visibility story. We're going to go through that a little bit. We're going to talk about why it is really important, especially if you're an entrepreneur. We're going to touch upon that. I'm going to definitely go through some major fears and some major obstacles so you can have an idea and you can understand, it can actually land for you why we're even talking about this in the first place. Then, of course, we're going to go deep. So we're going to do some transformational exercises. We're going to rewrite that story for you. We're going to find out, each and every single one of you will find out where this came from in your own families and how it showed up. So I would love for you to get a notebook or a piece of paper and a pen, because we are going to be writing down things. You're going to be moving around a bit. So I want you to make sure that you have a piece of paper and you have a pen. Please, please, please have about 90 minutes for you, because we're going to go into the information and then we're going to go into transformation, which means that you're actually going to need to be present till the very end, because the transformative exercise, the most important thing of letting everything go, is going to happen at the end. So make sure you have that time, right? Have a glass of water for yourself so that you're ready. So welcome everybody to the webinar, which is called Dare to be Seen, Heard, and Get Paid. My name is Lilia, so you must know me. I'm a transformational business coach for high-level, purpose-driven female entrepreneurs who love what they do, but are tired of the hustle. And what I help them do is to get to their next level of success without struggle. So, dare to be seen, heard, and paid. What does that even mean? Dare to be seen, heard, and get paid. I'm just going to go straight into it and tell you that in the entrepreneurship world, what that means is really massively, powerfully, and authentically stand out of the crowd. Right? Dare to be seen, heard, and get paid is standing out from the crowd, and not only from general crowd, but standing out from the crowd of the seas of entrepreneurs and especially coaches out there. It's standing out. It's being that authentic, powerful coach and entrepreneur, right? Which is about 1% of the entire pool of coaches. Not sure about entrepreneurs. So let me give you some statistics. About 99%, legit, 99% of coaches who gotten some kind of coaching educations or decided that they want to be coaches or anything like that, they will never make it, and they never make it up to 6 figures. So on $100,000 a year. They don't ever get it to this point, about 99% of people, right? So dare being seen, heard, and getting paid is being in that 1% of people who are making more than 6 figures in their business, whether you're a coach or an entrepreneur, right? So dare to stand out, which means confronting FOMO syndrome, right? Confronting the FOMO syndrome when you see people out there who are maybe they do the same that you do, or maybe they even do less, or maybe they're so, or maybe you've even taken their course, or you maybe coached with them, or you maybe had them coach you, or had them help you with their business, and it was crappy, and you know that it's crappy, and yet for one another reason, they're just out there, they're getting interviews, they're lending media, they have tens of thousands of followers, right? They are all over the place, like you see their live videos and they get 25,000 views, 2,500 comments, and you just go, what the F? How is this person being so mediocre, talking about such mediocre things, get such a response and get such visibility, get so many clients, and get so much going on? So I'm going to be vulnerable here because this is how I roll. And I'm going to tell you that I absolutely have thought that, and I absolutely have experienced that, and multiple times. And I assume that if you are in entrepreneurship world, you have too. If you haven't, that means that you haven't tried much of being seen, trying to get seen, heard, and get paid. So just type in the comments Y for yes or N for no if you've ever experienced the FOMO syndrome, scrolling through Instagram and going, oh my God, this person is having all of that and I know so much, but how is it that I'm not getting that? Yeah, I'm getting all the yes, all the me's, all the yes, right? It sucks. It sucks, but that's how it's happened. So that's what it means. So number one is standing out from the crowd and confronting that FOMO syndrome, right? And getting out there and actually get on the same stage as people that these people are, getting clients, getting comments, getting views, and getting money for your work. So that's number one. Number two is confronting the imposter syndrome. And I've struggled with that too, and I still struggle with it sometimes. So the imposter syndrome is really when you are somewhere where, you know, you either been inviting to speak, or you did your first ever workshop, or you did your live, and somehow people are texting you and emailing you, just commenting and saying, oh my God, thank you so much. This was absolutely incredible. And they go in tears and they come to you and they tell you this, you know, I've never thought of it. You've changed my life. And you just go, are you talking to me? Did I just change your life? I thought I just said something that is absolutely common sense to me. And I thought everybody knows this. So how is it that you're telling me this, right? So you suddenly have this fear of like, I think that somebody's going to come right now and tell me you are a pile of BS. Right? I got you. I caught you. You're a liar. You don't know that much. You're not such a big of an expert. You actually don't even have such big results. So somebody's going to come and tell you you are bad because you've been lying, because you're not supposed to be here, right? This is the imposter syndrome. Figuring out to also type in or write for yourself if you're watching it later, if we ever get a review, for why is yes and N is no, right? Is feeling like I am not a big expert enough. I don't really actually know that much. How can I possibly coach people or teach people or sell products like this if I'm not really at that place? Like I shouldn't be there. Oh my God, like such a big struggle. Such a big struggle. And the more you up level, the more you continuously handle it. Like, what do you want me to raise prices? How can I possibly raise prices? I'm not even such a great expert. This and this is X, Y, and Z person. She has more likes. She has more views. She has more comments. She has more clients, right? So she has all of that. And she should be charging that. I cannot charge that. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Oh, yes, but getting better at it. Amazing, Annalena. Right? So this is the imposter syndrome. Figure out like you're not where you're supposed to be and people are just giving you praises for nothing. You really didn't deserve it and you're not good enough, or just you're just in the wrong place in the wrong time. Kaylee says, I feel confident in what I know, but I still have room to grow. Yes. Or you're not. And I'm also, let me just be really honest, right? The way that I roll is being really authentic. I usually just throw things at people right away. That's just how I do it. And the more I hang out with the right people who surround me and accept me fully who I am, we're just gonna get into this part in 1 second, right? Allowing all of my parts to come out, and my parts are being loud, you know, interrupt people, just kind of like give it as it is. And I've noticed that people who I really would love to be surrounded by, they're actually super okay with that. And that way I can flourish more and I can just open up more. So instantly, as you said it, Kaylee, my first response was, yes, BU, my first response was, if you feel confident in what you know, but you still have room to grow, that means that you're not growing fast enough, right? You're not growing fast enough. Because the number one question that I ask my private client when we get into like a completion of some kind of a exercise, no, not exercise, a completion of some kind of a goal, is where do you feel confident? Where do you feel comfortable? Because this is the place to grow right now. It's the place to go uncomfortable, because growth only happens in the uncomfortable zone. So if you feel confident there, that means that you're not growing fast enough, and somebody's not kicking your ass strongly enough for you to grow faster. Yes, to be able to be myself. Amazing, Jen. Right? So, okay, so this is the second part. The third part is just regularly the fear of stage. So those of you who are with HCI, those of you who don't know what that is, it's totally fine. It's my school, my alma mater for coaching. So those of you who are with HCI, if you've ever heard them speaking about being seen and heard, they once mentioned, right? And I mean, it's just a really general knowledge that there are 3 common fears out there: the fear of death, the fear of snakes, and the fear of stage, of public speaking. And if you are an entrepreneur or a coach, you will face that fear sooner or later, rather sooner than later. So I personally, this is the first time when I cannot relate. So if you have the fear of stage or public speaking, I cannot relate. My armpits get sweaty, I get super jittery, I get scared, I get, you know, I get all of that. But if somebody's telling me right now, you're going to go on stage tomorrow and present your talk in front of 18,000 people, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. If somebody's going to tell me you're going to be on Oprah couch tomorrow talking about limiting beliefs in your work, I'm going to go. So I don't have that type of a fear, but I know a lot of my clients do. And I know generally by studies, this is one of the 3 top fears is the fear of public speaking, the fear of stage, the fear of getting out there and expressing yourself. Mind you, we're talking here about expressing yourself powerfully and authentically and speaking the truth. That's even harder because that means being vulnerable. And being vulnerable is extremely uncomfortable. So I'm comfortable with my knowledge of the topic. I'm ready. Amazing. Amazing. I love this. I love this. So what I'd love for you to do, ladies, is please type in yes or no if you're one of those people who have the fear of public speaking, the fear of stage. So running workshops, running webinars, running getting on stage, talking on stage, television. Jenny says yes. Television, a magazine. Who says it? Irina says yes. Rebecca says totally. Olga says yes. Tanya says no fear. Amazing, right? So all of those. Nope, was a teacher for 13 years. Jill, amazing, right? I love being on stage. Great, love it, right? So some of you do, some of you don't. Cecilia, yes and no. I'm more nervous in front of one person than in front of many. Okay, really interesting. So some of you do, some of you don't, but this is one of the top fears for people is confronting and doing public speaking and doing stages. So having said that, let me know, again, in the comments, how many of you would like to be more confident than you already are? How many of you, yes and no, how many of you would love to be more confident than you already are? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. Okay, great. All of you. Fantastic. So what it all comes down to when we talk about fears and when we talk about confidence and when we talk about FOMO and imposter syndrome, fear of stage, confidence, lack of confidence, wanting to have more confidence, it really all boils down to our personalized stories, right? So it boils down to, those of you who don't know transformational coaching, that's totally fine, but it all boils down to what was given to us in our subconscious when we were kids, because our primary desires and needs, let's put it this way, our primary needs as a human being, right, back to Tanya Robbins, is really the survival and safety. We need to make sure that we can survive. We need to make sure that we're safe. We need to make sure that we have love and relationships, right? So we have the love and relationship, and we need to make sure that we have relationships and belonging. A majority of you already know that, right? So all of these fears come or stem down through a threat to one of these 4, either survival or safety or love and relationship or belonging. Because guess what? Whether you're going to do a webinar, whether you're going to be on stage with Oprah on TV, whether you're going to go do Facebook Live, or you're going to be on Instagram, or you're going to do a workshop, or you're going to do a master class, or you're going to write for a magazine, like somebody's going to contact you, or you're going to be presented with the opportunity to write for Entrepreneur Magazine, whatever that is, when you need to be, or a podcast, whatever that is, and all these fears boil down to a threat to one of these 4, your safety and survival, your belonging and relationships, and your love and relationships, right? What do I mean by that? Why does it work? How does it work? Well, if you're going to be on stage and you have the fear of stage, or you have the FOMO syndrome, or you have the imposter syndrome, then what happens is that you're going to go out on that stage and you're going to face the possibility of people dealing with you and have some kind of a reaction to you. Right? Are you going to be thrown rotten tomatoes at? Right? Remember, I don't know how many of you saw Brene Brown talk on Netflix, and she spoke about how she went and did her first talk on vulnerability, right? And then it went viral, and she had all of those messages, just horrific messages about her being fat and her just, how can she possibly talk about this, and like just disgusting messages, gazillions of messages, right? So that's the negative feedback. So are you going to be throwing tomatoes at? Are people going to yawn at what you speak? Are people going to stand up and walk out from that stage? Are people going to come to your webinar and then drop in the middle of the webinar and walk away? You're going to end up with 0 people. Are you going to have a wardrobe malfunction? And are you going to have your dress ripped and somewhere in the middle? Are you going to have sweaty armpits, right? Are you going to forget what you say? So all of these things and worst case scenarios come into mind, and then you're going to face the reaction of people to you, whether positive or negative, right? Whether they're going to tell you completely sucked. I mean, I've absolutely hated your talk, or I already know everything that you taught that was horrible, or they're going to come and cry and beg you for help, and when you know that you can't really do anything, right? So it's either positive or negative reactions to people, right? Then you're going to have to deal with the fact of, well, what if everything goes super well or super bad? Then how will your close family react? What if you're going to suddenly become super successful? What if you're going to need to travel to do different stages 12 times a year, 24 times a year? What if you're finally going to start growing your business? What will your husband say? I just went through that. Right? When I started massively making much more than my husband, how will that influence your relationship? What about your kids? What about your family? Are you going to be there for your family if you're doing 24 speeches a year? What if TV? What if you need to do all this work to be visible? How will it influence your family? How about friends? Will your friends understand you? Will your parents? I'm going to give you an example. One of my VIP clients, her father is an entrepreneur, and he has been for his entire life. And one of her biggest fears right now of continuously signing up clients, she was giving away that responsibility, sabotaging herself and not continuously signing up clients, although she had an opportunity right there and then, was because, well, if I tell my dad that I'm making so much money from such an easy work, he's just going to tell me that I'm bullshitting people. He's just going to tell me that I'm taking advantage of people. And so deep inside is it, am I taking advantage of people? If it's so easy and people are paying me so much money, am I really delivering everything that I need to deliver? So it's going back into that overwork and over hustle, right? So I have to prove that I'm actually doing something. I'm doing a lot. I'm doing the hard work, because what will my dad say? How can I possibly make so much money so easy? We don't see the stories necessarily, but they're running on the background. So you don't walk around every day thinking about, why am I not lending clients? Why am I not making 10, 20, 30, 50, 100K months, wherever in your business you are right now? Why am I not getting there? Or if I'm going to get there, you anticipate the problems right away. If I'm going to get there, oh my God, what is it going to take me to get to that level? How much work? How much hustle? How much, right? We're not thinking about those stories unless we've been reflecting and we deeply work on that and seeing, well, where is this coming from, right? What about my kids? What about my husband? What about my friends? What about my parents? What about all of that? Like, who am I going to become? Am I going to become this person, wealthy person who has all this money? My family doesn't even like wealthy people. Right? So all of these fears of love and safety and belonging and relationship, they all get secretly threatened in your subconscious. You don't think about that because your subconscious is very smart. It gives you all kind of an explanation, which we're going to go right now into, of why you shouldn't be doing this, or why you are not growing fast right now, right? Any one of you who's right now growing and already feel confident, I'm going to tell you right now, you are stalling or not growing fast enough. All of you who are trying things and not working out are getting into the hustle and grind mode and working hard mode. Yes, it's a bit scary to think of all those things. Of course it is, right? Because then you have to deal with them. You have to face them. And if you don't know what to do with them, then what the hell do you do? So majority of us don't even go that route, because I literally had someone talk to me the other day and she said, Lilia, I don't want to go deep and like go deep. And then somebody just opens this Pandora box for me. And what do I do afterwards? So it's extremely important to find that, deal with that, close that, and then move on. But if you don't open that Pandora box, you will never get to a place where you want to get with fun and ease, with grace, with, effortlessly. You're going to continue struggle continue struggle because you're not willing to open up this Pandora box. So what I'm going to offer you today is to open this up, just this one box, not the entire Pandora box, one box, right? One Pandora box. Open this up. We're going to open it up. We're going to clean it up, and we're going to close it neatly and have you walk away with result issues. Margarita, I love to be on stage. Classrooms for workshops and theater for plays. I'm an actress. I've done them a lot, but I am a bit afraid of my phone, LOL, and my PC camera, LOL, but I'm going to try to go over that fear on Friday with my first Facebook Live. Pandora box will open. Okay, great. Yeah, right. So some of you are, it's different for everybody. Some of you is Instagram, like being on Insta stories. What do I even do with Insta stories? Insta stories are amazing. That's like showing people behind the scenes of what you do in your life, right? Some of you are scared of doing Facebook Live. Some of you are scared to go on TV. Some of you are scared to write for big magazines. Some of you are scared to go on stage. Some of you are already somewhere in a confident in a confident zone, a comfortable zone. What's the next step that you're not stepping into? Give me a second. I'm just going to turn off this light because I feel like it's getting darker, right? So it's different for everybody. We're going to figure this out today, what that is. But I just wanted you to understand where it's coming from. Now, what does that actually mean, ladies? So since we are sitting here and we're talking about all this Pandora box and fears and vulnerability, now let me tell you what, going back to standing out from the crowd of coaches, from the crowd of entrepreneurs, and going back to Brené Brown, it means that, oh, Jen, I'm so grateful to be on here. Oh, that's amazing. I could barely even log into this webinar. Oh. Oh, yeah, and Instagram stories. I need to do that as well. Thank you for reminding. You're welcome. Right. So going back to Brené Brown, being seen, heard, and get paid means standing in your authority, standing in your power, being authentic means being vulnerable. And we all have a problem with vulnerability. All of us. We think that we don't, and we think that we got it all covered, but we do. We do. There's still dark corners that we try to hide and just hide away because what if people will say, how are they gonna perceive me or whatnot, all of that. And we put on different masks of being super excited or whatever that is, whatever your mask is, right? We put on this super successful mask. I got this all covered out, or I'm like super happy. I don't have any problems. And like, I know it all, right? Or like talking about just the results that our clients are going to have, and not talking about problems, not showing behind the scenes, like having to make sure that everything is put on, or like a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of masks that we're putting on because we are afraid and scared of being vulnerable. And people, we're not ready to stand in this authenticity. And that's why people cannot find you or cannot relate to you, because you're not being vulnerably, powerfully, and authentically seen, heard, and you're not asking to get paid. Okay, let's move on. Now, why are we talking about this? Because let me ask you a question. Are all of you here purpose-driven female entrepreneurs or coaches? What does that mean? That means that you actually want to change the world. You actually have a purpose. You want to do something grand. You want to do something bigger. You want to do something for people. That is amazing. I'm sure that all of you must be, because it's impossible for you to be here and not be a purpose-driven person. Yes, for sure. Right? This is your type of a quality. I love this. Irina said, for myself, I'm just going to get this in a moment. Thank you. Right? Is to change the world and do something different for this world. So a question is, if it's not you, if you don't stand up, then who will? That's just question number one. If you don't, then who will? So right now, at this particular question, just this one, we're going to go into the next one in a second. You're standing up for others. Do you know how many people reach out to me and tell me from my live TVs, from my speaking engagements, from my workshops, from my lives, how I'm changing their lives and how I'm giving them possibility to do the same? And that's really, really fulfilling. to be able to do that and allow other women to do the same, or even men right now. I don't mean market to men, but men as well. It's quite incredible to be sitting down with a man who's 60 years old and been doing this job for over 20 and telling me that I am wiser than he is, and that he is absolutely internally grateful to have met me and have him open up his eyes to what he's doing and changing his life. That is quite fulfilling, right? So you're doing it for other people. Number two, second question, are you a high-level person? Do you actually want to have this business so you can have your freedom, so you can build the freedom and the lifestyle that you want to have for yourself and for your family? I'm not gonna lie, I got into this job first and foremost for myself. I wanted freedom. I wanted freedom for my life. I wanted a lifestyle that I wanted to live. I wanted to travel. I wanted vacations. I wanted money. I wanted to create the lifestyle that I want to live. I don't like working for other people. Exactly. I created it for myself. But guess what? I didn't really have massive success until I connected the two. Until I found out and connected the two and realized that I wanted to do it for myself, and I have the purpose to change others. Once I figured out and let go of the story, of the visibility story that somehow told me that money's bad, or money has to be work hard, or has to be struggle, once I let all of that go, then it appeared to be that I could marry the two, and I could be doing it for myself and have a purpose and do it for others and help others change their lives as well. So it's the marriage of the two. You can never make it, listen to me really carefully, ladies. You can never make it if you just doing it for people, because the universe is here for you to be happy. And you can never make it if you just do it for yourself. Karma is a bitch, right? It has to be the two. It has to be for yourself, and knowing that doing it for yourself through the work, through continuously showing up and doing what you love and becoming who you are and living the lifestyle that you love and leading the business model that you want to live, doing all of that, through doing all of that, helping other people get paid for that. That's why it's not only about being seen and heard, it's about getting paid for that. Through doing that, you actually help people even more. That is extremely important. If you miss out that link, you're not going to make it. It's you stepping into your power, you stepping into your lifestyle, you stepping into what you want, you stepping into what you want to create for yourself, knowing by doing that and leading by example, getting the payment and switching it for the services, you're changing others' lives. It's like you take care of yourself to take care of others. Absolutely. So only by marrying the two can you actually make this work. And this is jumping into the money story and visibility story, not just the one or the other. Okay, amazing. So one thing that I wanted to let you know right now is this. So I've seen so many people who started out with me early days, that was about 3 years ago, back in 2016, who are still struggling, who've never made it, who are now selling jewelry, who are now completely disappeared, doing I don't know what doing. I've seen a lot of people who started later on and still struggling. I see a lot of people who started earlier than me, did different business, different trainings, I've told you already, have thousands of people on their email list, doing Facebook ads, have a team, have 2,000 people on their mailing list, have business coaches, and they're still struggling, even making it to consistent 10K months. Why they're struggling? It because they have these visibility stories, and because they're not working on the Pandora box, and because they're not working out this link of doing it for themselves and doing it for other people simultaneously, right? And a lot of people, what I see here right now, we're going to talk about the why in a bit, is what's happening in the business is people are settling down. I want to, and I'm going to be in that 1%, amazing, right? Is people are settling down, and it's really upsetting, and it's really scared, and it's really disappointing to see people settle down, right? We're settling down for what is okay. Or we're settling down, well, I can have enough of freedom here. I can be content enough. You know, I'm not really super happy, but I'm happy enough. You know, I'm okay. I need to figure this out right now. Like I just need to have some rest. I need to, you know, take care of all of that. I need to have my family. I need to make sure that I take care of my family first, and I do that. So you're settling down, people settling down for less. You know why it happens. Let me give you the big secret of why it happens right now. So when I hear this settling down, first and foremost, let me tell you that when we have an either or scenario, I'm going to do this when I take care of this. I'm going to become this successful free entrepreneur, helping people and making, you know, multiple 6 figures or 7 figures. So when I do this, it's never going to happen. That's always a limitation. It's always a fear, always a fear. So then we'll settle down. We say, well, I guess it's okay to be doing this. I guess it's okay to just have a couple of clients here and there. I guess it's okay if I wait for a year here and there. I guess I just need to get another coaching trainer. I need to get my website up or whatever that is, right? So we're just settling down, and when we're settling down, we become just you know, just kind of like I'm not really happy, but I'm content. I'm not really successful, but I'm kind of okay with that. So I'm going to take care of this, and then I'm going to go with that, right? So big reason of why it happens, the reason why we do this and why it happens is this. Because we anticipate loss. We are in control of where we are, and we are kind of want to be the perfectionist of where we are. And so since we're the perfectionist and we're in control, we don't want to go out there in the wild waters because we don't know what's going to happen. And if we don't know what's going to happen, we can't anticipate a problem, can resolve it, so we'd rather not go there. The biggest illusion of all times. The biggest illusion of all times. Remembering Brené Brown, what is vulnerability? Part of being vulnerable is making the decision, stepping into the decision, taking actions without knowing what the result is going to be. Whether it's going to be a disaster, whether it's going to be a non-disaster, you don't know, but you cannot not act. You cannot not act. So when we're settling down and we're saying, I'm confident, I'm comfortable, I'm okay right now, I don't want to do this, whatever that is, I'm going to go back into more excuses type of a thing. You're settling down because of fear. Don't fool yourself into thinking that you're making the smart decision. You're not. You're not. So, okay, step number 2. I'm like, I get off the track and then we go back into that. So why is it important for us to stand out? Why is it important for us to get vulnerable? Why is it important for us to get seen, heard, and get paid? There are 3 reasons. So you might want to write them down right now. So reason number 1 that we just talked about it. You want to change the world. You want to change this world. You all have your own mission. All of you have your own why. All of you have something absolutely incredible and amazing, and you want to do this. And there's no way you're not going to do it. That's number 1. Number 2 is you want to have your freedom, and you want to have your lifestyle, and you want to allow your family to travel the world and support them and do whatever it is that you want to do. You just want to do whatever it is that you want to do. You want your freedom. Freedom is one of your core values. You probably want to do it with integrity as well. And number 3 is you want to express yourself fully, right? Fully, and unlock your entire personal potential. All of us here are self-development junkies. You always want to grow into this best possible version of you. You always want to just fully just flourish and blow up and say, I'm going to be me 100%, and I want to be okay with that. I want to be a mom. I want to be an amazing wife, a great lover, a badass entrepreneur, a successful woman. I want to, create a legacy, build an empire, or whatever I want to do. I'll become a yoga. I have all this ton of parts of myself, and I want to be able to express and just really unlock my full, amazing human female potential and fucking feel amazing about that. That's what I want to do. 3 reasons. Unlocking your potential, having your freedom and lifestyle, and changing this world. That's what you want to do. That is why it is so goddamn important to be seen and heard and get paid powerfully and authentically. For these 3 reasons. If you're not changing the world, you will be unfulfilled. A part of you will just die out. It'll just die, because you see the injustices, you see people struggling, you see women or men, or you see kids, you see people getting stuck in their misery and their depression and whatever it is that you solve for them. And you look at them and just cannot not help them. If you don't do that, a part of you will die and you will be extremely unhappy. If you do that, but you don't have your freedom and you don't have your lifestyle, and you're not traveling and you're not supporting your family, you're not supporting your kids, and you're not enjoying your life, a part of you will die. You'll resent your clients because you don't give yourself what you tell them they need. Yeah, you rock, Lily. Thank you. A part of you will die if you don't allow yourself to express and to self-develop and go take salsa classes and go take cooking classes and go to Bali and allow yourself a massage every single day. If you don't express yourself into improv or singing or dancing or acting or whatever else that you want to do, if you don't express yourself as an entrepreneur, if you don't take the money that you make and make 10, 20, 30% out of it and give to charity of your choice, if you don't go into a village in Africa and help them build a water tower, whatever that is, if you don't fulfill your human potential, you are not going to feel happy. You're not going to be fulfilled. A part of you will die. And that means that these parts have to go simultaneously. You can't just do one and forget about the others. They'll take away, they'll drag you away. They'll sabotage you. They'll take away your attention and you won't be able to help clients, or you won't be able to live the lifestyle, or you won't be able to have your freedom, or you won't be able to fulfill your potential. Do you see how important that is? That is crucial. So it's not only about business. It's not only about your clients. It's not only about you. It's about all of this. All of this. So true. Makes so much sense. We see we could do it better than others. Yes, what I needed to hear today. I love that. You rock, Lily. It gives me goosebumps. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my God, that. Amazing. So all of you are in agreement. Like, this is why we need and have to be powerfully seen, get seen, heard, and get paid, because of all of these. That's why it's so important. Do you realize, tell me in the comment, why for yes, no for no. Do you realize and agree that if you don't get powerfully seen, heard, and get paid, shit won't work? It just won't. Yes. Yes, I love it. I get goosebumps. I love you all. Yes, absolutely. So you've heard this, again, if you were in HCI, if you read self-development book, if you like quoted anybody else before, but you've definitely heard, I love you, passion, thank you, that, and I've spoken about it so many times, that 90% of success comes from just showing up consistently. Just show, Shady, this is blowing my mind, right? From just showing up consistently. I will add to this because I don't fully agree with it. I will tell you that 90% of success, and I'll get it to 95 to 99% of success, is showing up consistently and working on your limitations. That is what's going to take you to accelerate you to success like no one else has seen. I'm going to repeat this on and on and on. Ladies, I still don't have a website. I have a 143, as of today, actually 200 people on my mailing list. I've never run Facebook ads, never in my life. I've never done anything that anybody else has done. And I'm multiple six-figure business entrepreneur. And I serve people with integrity. And my clients get results. And my clients rave about that. I see other people making six figures without all of that. And I see really bad reviews and I see people complaining. And I see other people who are making all of that, and this is the new phenomenon that's happening in the entrepreneurship world, which I'm going to talk later on. I'm not going to talk much about today, but we call them the broke 6-figure entrepreneurs, 7-figure entrepreneurs, which means that their businesses. So that's what's happening on the background, and I'm hanging out with these people, so I know what people are telling you, showing you the beautiful story, is that they're making 6 figures. No, not like that. Their business is making 6 figures. Their business is making 7 figures, but they're not. They barely have money because they take all of that and they have to reinvest massively because they don't get their clients the result that they promised. So they don't have how the real business works. So the referrals, the all the rest of the stuff, people coming back to you, people wanting to invest with you more, they want to work with you because they love what you do, and as you grow, they grow together. So we see this broke, it's a new thing that's going on in the market, broke entrepreneurs. When they're 6 and 7 figures, business is making, but they're actually not making any money, which when I heard this at Unfair Advantage, I was blown away. I was like, no freaking way. People were like, yep, that is happening. It's insane, right? So why am I saying this? Oh, because 95-99% of your success is showing up consistently, having worked through all of the stuff that we just talked about. I see people saying, okay, great, Lilia, I'm going to take this advice. I'm going to do this. So many people have done it. You have no idea. So many of my business people have done it. Yes. I have this breakthrough. Go along, like find out, did something amazing. Landed this to clients. A week passed by, 2 weeks passed by, a month passed by. Nothing's happening any longer. Why? Because you don't consistently work on those things. You don't consistently work on the things that we just discussed, the fears, the stories, the love, the safety, the belonging, right? The 3 pillar of you need to make money, you need to have your freedom, your lifestyle, your business, to helping people, and to become this person where you open up your parts. When you open up your parts, your subconscious go crazy. No. We're not going to get vulnerable right now. This is super scary. This threatens our life and safety and belonging and freaking survival. We're not going to go do that, right? Remembering the father's story. So people are coming to me, people are telling me, I want to work with you, but I don't want to take responsibility because what if? Right? I've had a client who does that. People are reaching out to me telling me, I want to work with you, but who am I? I don't really believe that I'm this big of a person. So she's not signing up anyone. Or I'm doing all of this work. I'm doing all of this, but nobody's signing up. Why? I'm doing all this. I'm doing every single step, but people are still not signing up. Why? Because of those stories, right? So you can consistently show up. That's going to get you to success. But if you work on those stories, it's going to accelerate you to success like that. Massively. Proven multiple times. I believe I'll be following you forever. Thank you. Right? So let's talk about consistency, taking action, and seizing the opportunity. I love that. My friend Lisa Bean, who's going to teach us Success Without Struggle, talks about it all the time. Consistently showing up, taking actions, and seizing the opportunity when you see that. When you see the opportunity, you seize it, you take it, you go. Because what I've heard from multiple 7-figure people is business don't wait. By the time that you think you're ready to take this program, by the time you think you're ready to take this coach, by the time you think you're ready to take this team member, by the time you think you're ready to invest, it would already have been way too late for your business. I hear it all the time for people who are making 7 figures. Because guess what? Because they're not coaches. They're just entrepreneurs. So they've just done the business work. They've got their MBAs, they've done the business work, they know how the business works, right? If they're already successful, they know how it works. So they say, if you lose the opportunity, forget it. It's too late for your business. By the time you figure out how I'm going to get ready for all of this, while you're settling down and sitting and thinking, am I ready for this? Am I ready to step up? Am I ready to be doing this? Am I ready to be part of being seen and heard and get paid? Am I ready to do this? Am I ready to invest? Am I ready? While by the time you do all of that, the opportunity has passed by, right? So it's consistency, taking action and seizing this opportunity, taking that and then believing that it's going to work out. Let me ask you this question. How many of you here, just give me a yes and a no, how many of you here believe in the universe and God? Yes and no. Universe and or God. Yes. Okay, amazing. Yes, I do. Okay, great. Universe, yes. Okay, great, amazing. Now, how many of you have said, this is not the right time for me. I need to think about this. I don't have the right time. I don't have the right resources. I don't have the right thing. I don't have the right whatever that is. If an opportunity came your way and you were like, oh no, I actually have to think about it. right? Yes, I'm getting all the yeses, right? Oh, I need this. I really want, as I hear it all the time. I really want consistency. I really want clients. I want more things. I want all this. I want clients. I want business. I want freedom. Lily, I want just to travel. I want to be doing what you're doing. I want to support my family. I want to take them on vacation. I want to do all of that. Here's the opportunity. Oh, wait a second. No, I have to, I want to think about it. Oh, I really need to, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this once I get this. Like, that goes against your belief in the universe or God, whatever that is. Why? Because if you believe in the God in the universe, and if you truly sit down and think about, okay, I believe in it, then I believe that I'll be taken care of. And I'll believe that everything is going to be working out, and everything will work out because I'm following my truth, not my fears. I'm following my passion, not my fears. So you want to know how my decision making is working, of being powerfully seen and heard. Okay, am I investing in? Yes. Do I feel scared? Yes. Does it feel like it's just completely waste of money? Does it feel like this is a great opportunity? It feels like a great opportunity. Okay, I'm just gonna, all the things are just flowing in, all the fears, all like, oh my God, all that fears, and I'm saying, great, I'm gonna go into this because I know I'm gonna trust and believe that I'm gonna do this and it's gonna work out. How it's gonna work out, I have no idea. I'm just gonna go trust and believe that it's gonna work out. Right? That is believing that it's going to work out and acting like that. Because guess what? When you do that in your business and you're attracting clients, what do you think clients will feel when you're being powerfully seen and heard and get paid or want to get paid? Whether you are saying, no, I'm just going to, sit here with what I have right now. And then I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to convince you to invest or to spend your time or to spend your resources and money and time with me while I'm sitting and being comfortable, right? It's just a given. Our scarcity, our limitations, our fears, it goes out there right away. People feel it right away. People see it and feel it and read it. And they'll just say, okay, great, yeah, fantastic. And then you'll be like, well, why am I attracting all these people who just tell me they don't have the money to work with me? Why can't I find those people who would want to invest in my retreat right now and come in and pay me top dollars to invest with me? Why can I find this or whatever, right? Or why can I sign up people who will pay me $10,000 for my program? Or why can I, does that make sense? I have a client right now who's never coached before, anybody. She is so spiritually connected that we just discussed today her fact that she's never coached anybody. Her prices for her beginning 3-month program is going to be $20,000. How many of you charging $20,000 for 3 months right now? Tell me. Tell me no or yes. Nope, not even close. Nope. Or for your retreat or for whatever that is. She's absolutely totally fine with that. Never coached a single human being before in her life. She has an enormous amount of business background and whatnot, but she's never coached anybody. She is extremely connected to the source, right? She's investing massively. She works with me privately. She's going to the retreat with me privately. She's done a whole bunch of things. Now, I'm not telling you that this is what you need to do, right? But I'm telling you that there's a connection or a disconnection between believing and knowing that this is your path and I'm going to do this, I'm going to trust that it's going to work out or not. And it's all in here. Does that make sense? She's awesome. She is. When we're discussing the price, and I'm like, girl, I salute you. That's freaking amazing. Yes, great insights. So let me tell you into details, and we're going to go really quickly into the exercise in about 8 minutes. So let me tell you what we're hiding behind. So when we're in the place of either making money but not as much as we want to make, wow, Lily, you're so inspiring. Thank you. Making money that we want to make, we're not attracting as many clients as we want to attract. We're not making enough, or we're not making anything at all, right? As a matter of fact, how about I'm going to ask you being vulnerable right now and type in what is it that you're making right now and how much you want to make. So give me 2 numbers. What are you making right now consistently? And please don't be afraid if you say 0. At some point I was making 0, and then at some point I was making 30,000 and 70,000. So that's okay. So I want you to say how much now and how much do you want to make? 0 now, 0 now. So tell me how much then afterwards. So Jen and Michelle, Marcella, 0 to 25. Jill, 0, want to make 60K a year. Jill, you can go with so much more. Lisa, 0 to make 100K, 1K to 20K, 0 and 10 million plus. Amazing. Now 300, now 300 and I want to make 10,000 a month. Amazing. Jennifer, 0 to 100,000. Amazing. Take in now Shaylee. What do you want to make, Shaylee? Tanya, 0 now to 6 figures. Define 6 figures, Tanya. 6 figures can be 900 to 100,000. Rebecca, 0 now, want to make 10K months. Amazing. Michelle White. Michelle, I would like to make 75,000 a year. You can do so much more. Rebecca, 10K. And by the way, if I'm telling you you can make so much more, I know that you can make so much more. So if it's like, holy crap, this is scaring me, that's okay. If you're like, oh my God, thank you so very much, I'd love that, that's okay too. Rebecca, 10K. Okay, great. Irina, 0 to 400,000. Go. Alexandra, 2K to 50K month. Amazing. Shaylee, I want 5 10K months. Shaylee can easily make 10. Cecilia Barnett, 0 to 100,000. Okay. Raquel, 0 to 30K month. No. From Jen, 100K. Yes. Jenny, now to 60K month. Yes. Now to 10K month. Yes. Amazing. Kayla Hickson, it fluctuates. Most of my time is on school. 250 an hour though. I'd like to make 400K a year in the next 5 years. Holy shit, you can make 400K a year in a year. Let me give you just an example. I am on track this year for $500,000. In December, I think, of 2018, I think my top that I made was like 7,500 a month or something like this. Can you just see how fast you can go? How fast you can go. You don't put the years in there. 0 to 10K months, 500 to start. Tanya Ernesto, 500K to start. How much are you making right now, Tanya? Okay, 0 to 20K months, amazing. 2K to 20K months, amazing. Margarita, 30K to 50K months. Okay, I want to make 30 to get it. Margarita, tell me how much are you making right now? 50K month. I would love to make more, but that is my first goal. Okay, great. Awesome, nice, that's amazing. Such inspiration. I want to have what you have. I love that. 0 now. So see, Tanya, I'm going to tell you to reframe that, because 0 now to 500, what does that mean to start with 500? You can't start with 500K. That is, has anybody ever done this? I'm sure somebody has done this, but I've never seen anybody just going from 0 to 500 right away, right? So it's more of like, what's tangible? So I want to say like, I want to make 100K year, but for right now, if I'm making 0, I want to get to 10K months. It's pretty doable, right? And then from 20 to 30, from 40 to 100, right? That was defining the same spirit. Oh, you're defining, okay, thank you, amazing. So 500K. So it's really, really, really possible. If you would tell me 6 months ago, not even 6 months ago, what are we, May, almost June, about 6 months ago, that I'd be on a track for $500,000, I'd be like, no. My goals for 2019 was 120. My good goal was like 120. I was like, if I make 120, if I make 100, that would be amazing. Then it really fast went into 240. Then really fast went to 360. And then really fast it went to 500,000. Like really fast it went like, okay, just up. And the further I went, the more money I started making. The more money I started making, right? And you can see me doing a whole bunch of things, right? It's not like I'm sitting at home and I'm going with you live every single day from my room and be like, hey guys, I'm living the life of my dreams. No, I'm not doing that. I feel like it's inauthentic. So great. So since we've gotten the money issue or the money things for you, so let me tell you what we're hiding behind. So number one thing that you're hiding behind, whether you're making a 0 right now, or making 2, 5, 200, like somewhere around there, whatever, it's consistent and inconsistent, right? This kind of like fist and famine type of a thing scenario, where you make 1 month a lot, then you don't make anything at all, or you're not making anything at all, or you're making a little bit and you can't really break through to a lot, right? So what we're hiding behind a lot of time is the niche. We're hiding behind the niche, right? Can't figure it out, can't choose it, don't know how to choose, don't know what if, all of that kind of stuff, right? The niche. Who do I coach? How do I coach? What do I choose? What do I blah, 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 blah. Oh, the niche, yes, the niche, right? So we hide behind the niche and we hide behind the marketing. What is my message? What is my hot hook? What is my profitable marketing message? What's my elevator pitch? What's my punchline? What is it? All of that. What is the things that blah, yada, yada, right? We can't choose. Why we can't choose? Because There's a simple question behind that. It's the fear. It's going back again to the fear. Well, what if I choose and then I miss out an opportunity? What if I choose and I get to and I miss out on a client? Or what if I choose and I'm going to be inauthentic? What if I choose and I'm going to teach promise people something that I can deliver? Like, how many can relate to that? Or what if I choose and I'm not going to give them the results that they want? What and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So I wrote down like a whole bunch of questions, right? I don't know what my niche is. I don't know who my ideal client is. I haven't made the money in this yet. I haven't really gotten the result myself. How can I possibly teach it? How can I possibly be a business coach and I haven't really gotten all the money in the world in my business? So how can I possibly teach people business, right? How can I be, the health coach and I haven't really gotten this and figured it all out? How can I possibly teach women how to leave their abusive husbands if I've done this, but I don't ever want to talk about it, or I don't ever want to show up and be authentic about it, right? How can I get this amazing families from New York and spend money on my retreats if I'm not calling or spending time or being seen in front of those families in New York because of some other stories that I tell myself? Because literally the only thing that I need to do is get in front of those families. Does that make sense? If I'm not, how can I possibly tell people that I'm the best ever real estate agent and I can give them the best ever deal if I don't believe myself that I'm a best real estate agent? Because the best real estate agent is actually making, $500,000 a year and I'm barely making any money. Who cares? That's the stories that you are telling yourself. That is not true. I want to feel my heartbeat behind my niche. Okay, that is also really, this is great. I love all of this comment because this is great. Zero came from coaching, but the universe is giving me gifts around 2K, sometimes 3K per month, and I know the value of my knowledge and expertise. It means that you don't know the value of your knowledge and expertise, because if you knew and accepted your values of knowledge and expertise, you would have been making way much more than $2,000 to $3,000. I want everybody to get it clear. If all of you right now, and this is the badass me coming out, so bear with me on my authenticity. So if all of you knew and accepted and believed in your knowledge and expertise, all of you would be making multiple six figures right now. Did I get myself clear across the board? All of you, if you believed and knew and took appropriate action and was consistent, you would be making way much more than $2,000 to $3,000 a month. That's just the truth. My sister actually said that to me. Okay, great. That's the first thing you said to me in Phoenix, and that's really where I'm stuck. Whereas the niche, oh yeah, frozen in the niche. So true. Yes, absolutely true. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the honesty. You're welcome, because that's the truth. If you owned your gifts, and if you knew that the stories that you're telling yourself are not true, and if you truly stood in your power and authenticity, you would be landing clients left and right now. That team, you'd be finding your people would be selling, you would be selling, you would just won't have any problems if you fully and honestly owned your gifts, if you were consistently being seen and heard with your gifts, knowing that it's true, and if you were okay with getting paid, all of you would be making multiple six figures right now. That is the whole point of this webinar. Right? So we're hiding behind the niche, we're hiding behind the marketing. I don't know where to find my clients. I don't know how to call my clients. I don't know how to say my marketing message. I still see people who are telling me, oh, I'm investing in all this business coaching. I'm investing all this and 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 that. And then I go in their lives and I see, I help people really, what is it that I saw last time? Something like, I help people really understand and truly feel how to be happy. What the F is that, you people? That is not a niche. Not a niche. Not a niche, okay? Like, oh, I help you to become the best version of yourself. What is that? That is not a niche. That is not a problem that you're solving. That's not. I help you, whatever the grand big thing that your heart feels you niche behind is not going to work. Let me tell you right now, you can feel the heart behind, but the niche and the marketing message has nothing to do with it. And this is the big difference. So my folks in Success Not Struggle, so there's a lot of you here who in Success Not Struggle. I'm gonna beat you ass with that. I've done 3 different videos on that. You're gonna get clear on this 100%, right? Because we get this messaging of like, our niche is just really what you, just tell people what you really love about yourself. Just tell people what you blah, blah, blah. Just tell people what you, no, there's psychology involved. We buy psychologically because of how we think and what we feel. It's literally, there's techniques to that. When I hear people telling me that they're investing in coaches and coaches and coaches, and they're still telling me, I help you become the best version of yourself. Nope, you're not investing in the right people, because the right people are not telling you you're making the biggest mistakes of your life right now. Because when people are logging in for you being seen and heard powerfully on your live, and then they're hearing you saying you become their best. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? How many of you bought a program with me because I said I'm going to help you become the best version of yourself? Trust me, I will, through the program. But you came to the program and you signed up for the program for this particular webinar because I said that I'm going to help you attract the ideal client and make money and get powerfully seen and heard. When I'm talking about Success Not Struggle, I let people know you're going to get to a place where you're going to take out all of your questions through entrepreneurs. You're going to get super clear on all of these things, thus getting to your 10K months. That's what I said. Do you want to make 10K months? Do you want to rewrite your stories? Do you want to feel authentic and powerful and be seen and heard and go and kill it in the market and make 10K months? Then come to the program. That's what I'm promising. I'm not promising you becoming the best version of yourself and become happy. I'm promising you deliver the concrete results, and that's what it is. So we're hiding behind the niche, we're hiding behind the marketing, we're hiding behind the business structure. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what is my business structure? I don't know do I do this? Do I do that? Do I go live? Do I do the business structure? Do I send an email? What do I do? What do I do? What's my business model? What's my business structure? How many of you have even thought about a business structure and what your business model is? How can you scale your business model? Has anybody thought about that? Because why you haven't? Because this is 100% me. Yes, because in the coaching industry, nobody freaking teaches that. But guess what? When you want to have a business, you have to run a business. Coaching business is not different from a business. It's still a business. You still need to run a business. That's what I promised in Success Not Struggle, right? We're going to deliver that, and we're going to figure out your business model, because without that, you have no foundation. I haven't thought about scaling. Yes, because nobody has ever taught about scaling. Nobody has ever talked about scaling, because what what people are selling you out there is there are too many options of what direction. I get confused and half progress. Exactly. Because what people are selling you out there is, come and I'm going to help you get clients. Come and I'm going to help you get clients. So it's like you do all this kind of hectic things, and even a blind squirrel can get whatever it's called, right? So you land a client here and there, and it's kind of working, but guess what? You walk away from this program, you have no freaking idea what to do. So we're hiding behind the overwhelm in a business because we don't know what to do. We don't understand. Business people understand I have a gap in my business. I don't understand what to do. I need to hire someone who's going to tell me what to do so I can know what to do and move on. Instead, what do? We hide behind our overwhelm, behind being busy, behind doing all these things. I have to build my website and build my logo and go get another coaching certificate, go get another education, go get another God knows what. I'm going to figure out my business cards. I'm going to find out what I need to do in my copy and make sure that everything is perfect and written down. What? No, right? Too many options create overwhelm. Not knowing what to do creates overwhelm, creates like a freeze, flight, fight response. You have no idea what to do or what to move. So if you were to this feast where you're making this 2 and 3K and whatnot, now you're in famine because you're stuck. Yes, overwhelm. Exactly. You're stuck. And I don't blame you, because I've been stuck in this place for 2 years until I actually got to my 6th business coach, because I continued investing. And I said, oh, finally, I actually need to think about my business program, my business model, and my scaling technique, and think about business as a business, not a coaching business. Yes, I've been overwhelmed. Exactly. Nobody teaches that. Because why? Because people want to get clients, and coaches or or people who you invest with, they want to feel like, okay, I need to deliver. I need to kind of feel like I'm a good person. So I'm going to push you to get a client so that I feel good about myself. Does that make sense? I can tell you that I need to deliver. So I delivered that. You had a client, you landed a client. See, my program works right now. I'm good. That is the difference when who you invest with. People who need to prove themselves that they're good through their work, through you, or people who actually know exactly what you need and are not scared to tell you exactly what you need. Go teach you that so you can actually build what you need and have massive results. Does that make sense? So I know exactly where you are. I need the business part for sure. Yes, and people we don't talk about that. It's not being talked about enough. And then everybody's overwhelmed. Everybody's in the business for a year or 2 or 3, hiding behind. And then you go into what you go into? Well, I guess it's the niche. I need your business part for sure. I'm investing in your program for this very reason. Good. I can't even say it. Who is this? Who is the, hold on, let me just I feel really bad for not knowing. Julie, thank you, Julie. I'm like, Julie, right? So then what happens? Let me give you a secret. Then you go back into, oh, but maybe it's the niche. Maybe I'm not getting clients because I'm not really talking to my clients. Maybe my niche is not correct. Maybe my marketing is not correct. Maybe my this is not correct. Oh, maybe I have the money story. Oh, I get so many people reach out to me and be like, yes, I'm still in this limitation. I'm still in this limiting beliefs, and I'm still in this problem. I still have limiting money beliefs. Yeah, maybe yes, but maybe because you've been taught something bad as well, right? Because it's the story and the action. It's not just the story. If you just resolve your money story and have this law of attraction. So the 60-year-old guy who I sat down and had lunch with the other day for 3 hours, he has a therapist, a psychologist, a law of attraction coach, a media coach, somehow other coach. And then we sat down and just gave it to him straight. And he was like, holy shit. He was like, I'm canceling this. And he flew out to Bahamas the next day, because he was absolutely exhausted. He was doing not the right thing in his business, right? So we get into this like hooks of like, attract you thing, be connected. Yes, be connected. But if you're connected and you're attracted to things and you're sitting on a couch, nothing will happen. 90% of success is showing up. 95% of success is showing up and rewiring the stories. Make sense? So when you get into the place of continuously working on yourself and still doing all things, but you still feel overwhelmed because you have no idea what your business is going to look like, what your model is like, how you're going to scale. You have no idea you have no idea about any of that. You're going to walk away from any trainings that you take, and you're going to become overwhelmed. You're going to become stressed. You're going to become anxious. And guess what you think? And I'm going to guess what you think, because this is what I thought about myself. You're going to think, well, what is wrong with me? Why is this person making it happen and having all of the money and having all of the freedom and travels, and something she's doing is okay? I've been doing all the same thing. I've been doing everything that people told me to do, and I don't have that. So something is wrong with me. I guess I'm not meant to. I'm not supposed to. I still need to work on myself. I still need to rewrite the story. I still have this limitation. I still have there's something's wrong. It's my fault. That's what we think. It's my fault. It's something wrong with me. I'm still overwhelmed. Social media is overwhelming me. All this training is overwhelming me. I'm just going to go away from it. I'm not going to do anything. I need to reconnect. I'm going to go and connect with nature and sit there for 3 months. And I'm just being over exaggerating right now. But I'm just going to go away. I'm going to connect. I'm going to sit there and do nothing. Guess what? 90% of success is showing up. If you sit here connecting, doing nothing, nothing is going to happen. And then you sit there for 3 months, connect. Right? Hiding behind all of that. I need to connect. I need to do all of that. So you're sitting behind all of that. You do all of that. Then you're like, okay, great. Now I'm connected. Now go back. Now you go back. Then you decide that your audience lost you. They don't know where you are, what you're doing, why are you connecting, why are you talking about this instead of your niche. They're left you, done, gone, right? Then they go back. Then you go back, you decide to do it consistently again, you do it again, and then you go in the same rut again, because you have no support, you have no business support, no business model, not understanding where you're going, what kind of business you want to do. You have no idea. And you go back into the rut again, right? Then we hide behind money. We always hide behind the money. I don't have the money to invest right now. How can I possibly invest if I don't have the clients? How can I possibly invest if I don't have enough clients? How can I, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then we hide behind the money when we're massively undercharging people for our programs. right? I just told you about the client who's charging $20,000 for 3 months, hasn't coached a single soul before. Which one of you is thinking you're massively undercharging right now, right? Going back to the story, if you believed in your gifts and if you believed in what you do is truly powerful, you would have charged more. So you're hiding behind, not charging people, giving discounts. Family tells me prices are too high. Don't listen to your family. Don't ever listen to your family. My husband has been telling me this for years. And now he's like, I have nothing to say. And listen to your family, right? So you hide behind the prices. And then Jill, I can tell you right now, because your yearly goal is 60K, I can tell you can double that right now. My family tells me the same thing. Don't listen to your family. Don't listen to anyone who is not in the same business that you are, or approximately, who's done it and gone further. Nobody else. Going back to what, ladies? Going back to love and belonging. Fear of loving, belonging. What if I start charging that? What will that mean? We're going to jump in this, rewriting this whole thing in a second. What's going to happen? Don't listen to anyone besides your business coach. If you don't have a business coach, get a business coach. How can they possibly give you advice if they're not in the same boat? You know how I got to places of charging $40,000 for 9 months of working with me. So my private clients pay me $40,000 to work with me for 9 months. How I got to this place was because I went to the retreat, saw the person who charges $250,000, watched and witnessed her coach us, and then sat there and was like, holy shit, I'm actually as good as she is, if not better. Why is she charging $250K and I'm charging 10? My family tells me the same thing. Woman in the arena, don't take advice from anyone not getting bloody in the arena. Yes, Julie, amazing. That's the Brené Brown, right? Yes. So just because she was there, she mirrored to me that I was admiring her, that I was doing the same thing, and her charging $250. And I was like, how long did it take you to get there? She's like, it took me 9 months to get from 12,000 to 120,000. But she just gave me energetically, she just gave me permission. She's like, you are amazing. Yes, that's Brené Brown. Yes, Women in the Arena is Brené Brown, right? So she was just like, she just gave me permission. I walked out of there. I was like, that's it. My price is just that. And I've signed up clients at that prices with no problem. It's the stories that we're telling ourselves. Who am I going to be? My story was like, well, my coach is charging $40,000 to work for a year with her. Now she's charging $360, just to let you know. All right. So I was like, my coach is charging $40,000. I'm a student of my coach. How can I possibly charge the same price? I kept telling myself that. My coach wasn't in the place of holding the container for me to charge the prices, because how could she? So somebody else was. So she held that container. And that's where I am. So don't ever listen to your family. And then finally, we are hiding behind the masks of perfectionism and control, right? Going back to perfectionism and control. I need to make sure that everything's perfect. My logo is perfect. My website is perfect. My program is perfect. I've written everything down. You know how many masterminds I've been into. I now I don't even go to masterminds anymore unless it's the mastermind that's very powerful. Where I've heard people saying, oh, I'm working on my program. I'm just designing my program right now. I just really want my program to be, no. You sell first, then you design the program. And if you have a problem with that, then you need to work on that, right? I need to make sure that everything is done perfectly so that what? So that you don't get judged, so that people don't throw it in your face, that something went wrong or whatever, right? It's the control that we're control freaks. Why? Because we're anticipating problems. If I let go, I need to become vulnerable. I need to step into there, and I need to become the person, the woman I have to become to make it work. What if I don't show up? What if I invest and I don't show up? That is what it is. I can't wait to start the program with you. Me neither. What if I invest and I won't show up? And I won't do what's needed. And then that means that I'll spend the money and I'll waste the money and I won't get what I need. And it'll just confirm to me my secret belief about myself that I'm not good enough. Boom, the truth bomb. That's what it's going to be. it'll confirm to me that I'm not good enough. And confirmation that I'm not good enough is just unbearable. I don't want to do that. It's unbearable. I want to do your Success Without Struggle program so bad. Jenny, you're in, right? Is it Jennifer or Jenny? I know that Jenny is in. Which one is it? Jen. Is it Jennifer? And no. Tell me about your program. Okay, ladies, about the program at the end. So it's that thing, right? I think it's Jennifer then. I'll tell you about the program later on. So it's that thing, you ladies, it's all comes down to that. And guess what? When your clients or potential clients are on the phone with you, they're going through the same thing. They're going through the same thing. They tell you they don't have the money to invest. You know what that is? What if I do, and I'm scared that I'm going to do, and I'm going to go, and I'm not going to show up, and I'm going to throw my money, my husband's going to get angry, and I'm going to prove to myself that I'm no one, I'm not good enough, I can't bear that, I don't want to. It's the same freaking thing over and over and over and over again. It's being in that arena, as Brene Brown is saying, it's being in that arena, then facing everything and possibly anything that can happen. You can get hurt. People can throw things at you. People can hug you and love you. They can get some kind of weird animals in that arena and you'll be like threatened. Your survival will be threatened, right? And you need to stand in that arena and stand there, and then they'll push you down. You'll get bloody, you get sweaty, and then stand back up. Jen from school. Right? That's what it is. It all boils down to that. What if I don't do that? I already have all of this ready. Mask. I already have all these things. I don't really need. No, not true. If I were to tell you this is exactly what you need, and if I were to tell you this is the resolution to your problem, that opportunity, here's the opportunity, seize the opportunity, what mask would you decide to put on? Am I not ready? Have I already invested? Do I have enough trainings? If you watched my Instagram, you saw today that on Instagram I put Lisa's vlog when she was here in New York, and she asked me, she's like, Willie, tell me about this money thing. And I said that we're so hung up on, like, but I already invested in this program. I need to make sure that I do check. Watch all the lessons, got all the certificates, got all of these things. Go. Why? Get what you need and move on. Get what you need to move on. Who said that you need to check everything? It's perfectionist, the control. I've done this. And you've done this. And did you have clients? Did you sign up people? Are you making money? It's recognizing when you're getting stuck in your own stories and then letting go and say, okay, what's next? What do I need? So it's being this uncomfortable. It stretches you. It feels like, oh, I don't like this. And it's still going. And then you finally getting results and you're like, holy crap, this works. Lily has been talking about this all along, and it works because it does. That's the real, right? That's the power of being seen and heard, is being in the tribe. That's another, sorry. Yeah, that's another one. So don't jump off the webinar. I'll talk about the amazing bonus for you at the end. You can ask people who I just said in the group, because you can see they're so excited to start. We're starting on June 3rd. But before we go into that, let's just rewrite the story. So let me shake this off so we can get into a little bit of a calm mode. And let's begin. So what I would love for you to do is to get a piece of paper and a pen. And I would love for you to write down how you'd actually like to be powerfully seen and heard. What does that mean for you to powerfully get seen and heard and get paid? What does that mean? What's the big thing? Does that mean going Facebook Lives and landing a 10K client, or landing on doing massive 10K months? Does that mean going and doing consistent workshops and masterclasses and webinars? Does that mean going on stage and speaking in front of an audience? Right? Does that mean actually saying what your niche is and just powerfully speaking even though you feel super scared and vulnerable? What does that mean? So just close your eyes for a second. You don't have to type it in the chat. Close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And tell me, what does that mean for you to powerfully be seen, heard, and get paid? How would you like to do this? Being in an Oprah sofa, doing the lives, landing clients, being on stage, being an inspirational speaker. Do you want to write a book? What does that mean? Write a massive retreat and have people pay you $25,000, $50,000 for a retreat. What does that mean to be powerfully seen, heard, and get paid? So I want you to write down this scenario for yourself. So for example, I'm gonna give you an example. So for me to be powerfully seen and heard right now is to land a TED Talk. Land a TED Talk massively, put it out there to leverage it, and then just completely sell out my upcoming mastermind. Right? So that's for me massively and powerfully and voluntarily being seen and heard and get paid. So write it down for you. Then write down right next to it an answer to a question. What would be the best part, the best case scenario about you being seen and heard in that way and get paid from that way? What is the best case scenario? Like, let's say for me, let me actually give you a minute. So just write it down for you. What's the best case scenario from you being powerfully seen, heard, and get paid from it? I'll just give you a couple of moments, get a sip of water, and then I'll tell you my example. An example would be, I would love to be powerfully get seen and heard by doing a TED Talk. For you would be consistent Facebook Lives, for example, right? Or being on stage or just explicitly saying to everyone that your niche is this, right? So I know for a person, I'm not going to say who particularly, but my niche is, helping women, not, I want to say get rid, but helping women leave their abusive marriages, right? That might be powerfully getting seen and heard and landing clients. So my example is TED Talk, and the best case scenario would be it going viral. My TED Talk goes viral, it gets translated in Russian, it gets into the Russian market, and I'm just completely selling out my retreats and my mastermind, and I'm landing, 6-figure VIP clients. Like, that's my fantastic, wonderful base case scenario. Then I want you to take that result and tell me what's the best case scenario about that. So for me, it'll be like, oh my God, that means that I'm just, I'll get an instant inflow of income, that I can hire an entire team. I can just live more of my lifestyle, travel more, create an entire team and finally fulfill my business model. Okay, what's the base case scenario about that? I won't have to worry about ever any marketing or whatnot. Like, I can completely get into a place of full visibility, right? That I can lend more media, I can lend more clients, I can really create something absolutely amazing for my people to care, start doing charity work, right? Like, what is the best base scenario? We can actually healing autoimmune disease while making money. This will lead to more referrals to heal more people. Okay, amazing. All right, so the best case scenario. So once you've done that, I'm going to give you a minute to write it down. No rush, just think this through. Again, for those of you ladies in the group and Success Without Struggle, we'll do this right now. We're going to get back to it, and we're going to massively dig into that. So I want you to start digging into it, but we're going to massively work through this as well. So now I'd like for you to answer a question of, what is the worst case scenario? So let's say for me, fabulous, I want to get massively and authentically seen and heard, right? So my Kelly, actually healing autoimmune disease while making money. So how do you want to be seen and heard? I want everybody to answer this question. How do you want to get seen and heard? Is it through Facebook Lives? Is it through stages, workshops, TV? How do you want to get seen and heard? How? What's the outlet of you getting seen and heard? How are you going to be doing this, right? That's what I want you to think about. And then get paid through landing clients is how much I get paid, like all the best case scenario. Now, what I want you to say is, what is the worst case scenario if you were to be seen and heard this way? Let me give you an example. Choose one, too, so you can work through it. You can have multiple, but choose one so you can work through it. So mine would be TED right now. And it's very doable because I actually have people right now, finger crossed, who have referrals to TED. Fingers crossed, right? So I'm not just talking about something out there. It's something that's actually kind of, on the horizon for me. So for me, it's like TED Talk. What's the worst case scenario? I don't know. Worst case scenario is I'm coming to do the TED Talk and I completely just forget what I have to say. Or, you know, or it'll be like, it doesn't go viral at all. It's just kind of boring and I forget what I need to say and I just kind of make a fool out of myself. Right? Okay, then you go, what's your worst case scenario? Oh, I just admitting to the niche that I have. I'm going to help women leave their abusive marriages, and I get a massive backlash from community or from, you know, my husband is going to come and just create a complete scandal. Just be, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so embarrassed. What is, ladies, dig into that. Take the time, because I'm going to lead you through this. Take the time, really think about this, right? Really think about this. The worst case scenario, something that's going to give you nightmares. You get on stage and what? You have diarrhea, poop yourself. Your armpit, like dripping sweat. I don't know. Your pants rip. You walk on stage, you stumble and fall face down. What is the worst case scenario? Right? For me, all of that when I go on TED. And I completely forget what I have to say. And I have no idea how I'm going to say these things. Fear, no one shows up. Thank you, Jill, for really digging into it, right? Fear, I'm going Facebook Lives consistently for 2 weeks. No one is showing up. I have 0 comments, 0 likes. I've had that, right? Well, if you be laughed at, forget what you're about to say, no one shows up. What is the worst case scenario about that? So take it much further. What's the worst case scenario about that? And then write out, what would it mean about you? If nobody would show up to your talk or workshop, what would it mean about you? Oh, this is really interesting, Sasha. Missing on something in the transaction that will get me in the lawsuit with huge financial losses, terrible reviews on Facebook. This is a really deep one, right? Great for digging into that. That I don't matter. Okay, Jen, amazing. Thank you. Right? What would it mean about you? That you don't matter, that you're a loser, that you're a failure, you're not good enough, you're worthless, inadequate failure, and an amateur, right? And get, like, I don't have a purpose. And what would it mean about you if you don't have a purpose? That you don't belong, Rebecca? You don't matter, unreliable, incompetent, unworthy. Exactly. See how deep these things go? I get goosebumps. When I get goosebumps, my clients know when I get goosebumps, that means they're on the right track. Unworthy. Exactly. See what's going on in the background, ladies? Like, that's all important. Now, what I'd like for you to do, so we're actually going to go into the exercise. So I want everybody to, Julie, no message to share. You don't have to share. Oh, that you have no message to share. Okay, if you don't have no message to share, that means what? That you're unimportant, right? So get into this, like, what would it mean about you? So let's dig deeper. And now what I would love for you to do is kind of tell yourself, again, close your eyes, it'll be probably easier. So kind of get into a place and tell yourself what kind of feelings and sensations go along with that. I have no message to share. All right, I'm not professional, I'm not worth anything, I'm a failure, I'm not in the right place, I'm unworthy, I'm incompetent, I'm reliable, I don't have a purpose, I'm immature, untalented, failure, I'm inadequate, I don't matter, I'm living dead. Tanya, I didn't do everything it takes to get people engaged. What would it mean about you, Tanya, if you didn't get everything to get people engaged? What would it mean about you? You're not good enough, not smart enough, not expert enough? And tell me what feelings and sensations go along with you for that. You don't have to tell me, actually, just feel it. And what I'd love for you to do is to go back in time for a moment to somewhere around you being 4 years old. So go around you being 4 years old and just see this little girl. If you don't remember how you looked like, if you don't remember or recall anything from being 4 years old, then just remember a photograph of you, maybe when you were 4 years old. Now, when you find that picture of that little 4-year-old you, I'd love for you to embody that 4-year-old. So grow your body younger, slimmer, lighter, tinier. Use your breath to get yourself within that body, within that 4-year-old. Put your finger slots into her little tiny finger slots, and your toes into her little tiny toe slots. Your heart where her heart is, and your lungs where her lungs is. Take a moment, really fit into that little 4-year-old. And take a breath as her right now. So take a deep breath. And a breath out. Just give yourself a moment to feel comfortable within that 4-year-old body. I'd love for you to imagine a family dinner table in your family. However your family was having dinners, it doesn't matter. You don't have to type in anything, you don't have to write in anything. You have to sit down with your eyes closed and just imagine a normal family dinner table, whether it was you with your mom and dad and your siblings, if you had any, whether you didn't have your parents, maybe you had your grandparents, however you had your dinners when you were 4-year-old. So just gather everybody at a normal family dinner table. Have everybody sit at their seats. If you had some pets, bring them on. If you had some siblings, bring them on if you want to. Have everybody sit down. And also have the 4-year-old as you are within her body sit down as well at her normal spot. Even if it's just, even if your dinners were in front of a TV, it doesn't matter. However you had dinners in your family. So feel your little 4-year-old Tushy in a chair. Take a look around the table through your eyes closed. See where mom is, where dad is, where your siblings are, where the animals are, if you had any. And feel into the scene. So trust that the 4-year-old knows exactly what she's doing. She just knows and feels everything that's going on. And I want you to feel for a family visibility story. So I want you to feel in to the scene and write down for yourself in a moment, only after you've discovered that, what is your family's visibility story? What is the rule in your family about being seen and heard? What does your dad or your mom say? And it's something that might have been said or something that might have never been said in your family, but the 4-year-old knows exactly what to do and what not to do when it comes to being seen and heard. Once you have that, write it down for yourself. And once you've written down it for yourself, get back into that mode, again, back into the 4-year-old. And feel for another rule. Okay, Jen says that she's stuck. Ask the question again. Okay, let me ask the question again. I want to make sure everybody gets this. So as you're sitting in front of this dinner table, the eyes closed within the 4-year-old body. So make sure you're actually seeing through her eyes, hearing through her ears, feeling what her body feels. And just get a feeling of what was the story around being visible, around being seen and heard in your family. It might have been that kids only get seen but not heard. They can't be loud. It might be then women don't talk about their opinions. They don't share their opinions. Women have nothing to share. It might be that we don't talk about anything. We are being quiet. Everything that happens in the family or with you stays quiet. It doesn't go outside of the house. It might be that you can't cry or show your emotions because you're weak or you're a crybaby or you're whatever. So you don't ever show authentically what you feel or what you think. Right? Here are some things that are coming in. Work hard to be perfect. Okay, great. If I speak truth, I get rejected. Great. My family visibility story is that it is encouraged to express myself freely and authentically and to share my gifts with the world for the purpose of making others' lives better. Really interesting. I'm curious what your family is or who your family were. Be seen but not heard. Okay. Is it that we're not expressing ourselves? Is it that we don't share things with neighbors? Is it that we don't talk loud? Is it that we're not smart enough? Is it that we are trying to stay where we are and not to stand out? Standing out means something dangerous. Or standing out means being braggy. Or standing out means being, a bookworm or whatever. We don't stand out. Never let others know what goes on inside of your house. Great. Don't disagree with dad. Great. Worry about what others people think. Great. Thanks, Lily. You're welcome. Right? What is it in your story that has you not powerfully and authentically being seen and heard? Right? What is it? And then don't get a big head. The world doesn't revolve around you. Yes, right? It's like, don't make a big deal about yourself. My mother was an author and was so giving, always creating things for others. My father was a public speaker and taught Dale Carnegie class, problems, my family stories, and the getting paid part. I was about to get there. I was just going to say that. Amazing. Must keep it secret. Okay. Be okay with less. Okay. Need to be right, correct all the time. Yes. The perfectionism. It's okay to be seen and heard. I was able to be for me to play and scream and get dirty and to fall. I was free to be a little kid and girl. Okay, great, amazing. Not seen and heard. Dad left early on. Okay, don't brag. Okay, I'm loved and cared about. And my mom and dad want to hear about my day and what I learned today. I have their ears equally as we take turns talking to each other. Amazing. See, some of you have really good visibility stories. So I'm curious about why, if you have problems with being seen and heard. If not, then it's a problem with getting paid. Don't share things. Okay, so for those of you who had amazing childhood of, I'm all of this loved and shared and amazing, like you've been in this place, congratulations, that's really amazing, right? I'm curious for those of you who had all of this, are you being massively seen and heard right now? Are you being seen and heard in the way that you want to be seen and heard, to be seen and heard? Not getting paid yet, we're getting paid right now. Are you on stages? Are you giving talks? Are you giving workshops? Are you doing Facebook Lives? Are you landing a consistent client? Where are you right now in being consistently be seen and heard in the way that you want to? Are you talking to media? Are you writing for journal? Where are you? Right. So I want to hear from Michelle Olmster, I think, from Michelle, from Margarita, and from Kaylee. And I think someone else said something. I was only child. My issue is more about being seen and heard in the world as the loving heart I have and not a spoiled brat. Well, there you go. So this is the Michelle Sharp. This is the visibility story, right? Great. I'm glad I asked, right? This is the visibility story. How do I not get a spoil? What if I just start sharing and talk about my success and talking about all of the rest of the things, and then I'm going to be a spoiled brat? So you can have loving ears of your family and everything would be amazing, but then if you just go and start boasting about the things, which is boasting is even a negative word, then you become this spoiled brat. You heard it somewhere, you learned it somewhere. I'm curious where. People judge us before they get to know us and what we've been through. There you go, Michelle, right? So this is the visibility story. And this is going to massively hold you back. Why? Because in the business, you have to talk about successes. You have to be the leader. So you have to talk to people about the successes. I don't feel like a spoiled brat if I just told you that I have a TED Talk on the horizon. Does that make sense? If I have everything to myself and I keep everything to myself, how am I supposed to inspire or empower people? Because you have to lead by example, inspire, empower people. That is the visibility story, right? Margarita, I've done talks on stage and workshops the last year. I always get to talk about my research in universities and in contests in science, but last year I was doing research in sustainability, not coaching. Okay, great. So what is the visibility story about coaching? Are you not a good expert enough? right? It all stems down from the past, and I want you to realize that. But let's get back into the getting paid part, because for some of you, it might be that the visibility is there, for majority of you are not, and the getting paid part is the problem. So if you would please do me a favor and go back into the foyer, also close your eyes, take a deep breath in and out. As you're doing that, and you just imagine that I'm going to read Kaylee's comment. So get back into the 4-year-old. Get back into that dinner table. Feel your little tushy on the chair. Feel your parents. See your parents. And now feel into what is the money rule in the family. Something that must have been shared or not shared, loud or not loud, something that must have been said or not said. The 4-year-old knows it. She senses it. She knows it. She feels it. She knows exactly what is that money story that we have in the family. What is the money story that our family is? Money, do you have to struggle to get money? Do you have to work hard to get money? Are rich people filthy people? Are they bad people? Are we just the normal family? We're just the normal kind of folks. We don't really go far out there. What is the money story about asking for money, charging money? What is about it? What's the story that is runs in your family? It's unavailable and it causes nothing but fights. Unavailable because no money available ever. Struggle, we're normal. Okay, great. Money doesn't grow in trees. Scarcity, scarcity, scarcity. Yes. Oh gosh, that's easy. Money doesn't grow in trees. Money is to be fought over, and it's to be fought over, and it's the source of all problems. Making money takes sacrifice. Yes. Asking for money is bad. Yes. The money story is the money is scarce, and it takes a lot of hard work and earn enough. Yes. Rich people are immoral. Oh, I love that, Tanya. Bad people ask for money. Oh, gosh, broke can't get those things. And rich people are thieves. Ooh, money isn't to accumulate, but to be spent. Not actually a bad one. Julie, I want you to think a bit more. Can't afford it. Money caused my parents' divorce, according to them. Oh, gosh, I get goosebumps. Mom was teacher. Both parents worked. Money's there and needs are met, but not for luxuries. Yes, don't talk about money. Always broke and never afforded. All of the above, and that dad was the one who was the breadwinner. Rich people are snobby, always struggling. Yes, no money without sweat. Do you see? I get goosebumps all over. Do you see how this all creates where we are? So even if you can get on stage, this was what happening to me. So I had a money struggle situation that run for generations in my family, generations of women in my family. I was going live. I was on stages. I was being certain everywhere that I had no problem, no stage. Like some of you say, no visibility story whatsoever. Like I'm just great. Like I'm doing it. But you know what was stopping me? That money equals struggle equals survival. My story is to survive. So I have to make money to survive. So it's always hard. It's always tough. So I've created consciously, subconsciously all the things in order to survive. Just having an inflow of money is never a chance. So it always had to be a struggle. Makes sense? Struggle, struggle, struggle. Yes. This is big. This is huge. This is huge. Success without struggle, ladies. We have an entire week for money. Entire week, and we have Tori coming in, teaching you trauma, teaching you body work to release it from the body. Fucking insane. Anyways, Margarita had money growing up. My dad enjoyed his work, and he did his own fortune from having zero to owning his own factory. But there are stories of loss in present and past generations. I'm working on that. The generational history. I have been everywhere from loving money to hating it and loving it again. Well, Margarita, can I just be super honest with you? Let me tell you, there's something about you, and I'm going to be super authentic right now. There's something about you that's telling me that you are not realizing that something is off. I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. Because I see you showing up and you're being super excited and you're telling me, I was a great child growing up. I had the money, but I had a little bit of love and hate relationship. I'm working on all of that. Like, this is all amazing. Super great. Super great. Like, you have such a cheerful, such a like great, but I feel an authenticity. That's just how I feel. And I'm going to tell you why. You just told me that you're making $2,000 to $3,000 a month. And I'm telling you, you either have a visibility story or a money story. Something that you're not accepting or not being vulnerable enough or authentic enough, not being vulnerable enough, telling what that story actually is. Because if you didn't have any of that, you would be making tens of thousands of dollars right now, if not more. So we can say that we had amazing childhood and whatever that is. And we can say that we have all this amazing, but factually, if business is not happening, that means that something is, you're just not admitting something. And it might be it's too hurtful to admit. It might be it's too early to admit. You don't have to say anything at all whatsoever right now. Or it's the generational history of losses. Yes, but it means that you're carrying that on. I have the same type of, I'm seeing myself in you so much because up until just a couple of months ago, I kept doing all that. I kept having success. I was making more than 10K months, but this things that was carrying me on, I wasn't recognizing that my story was a big deal. I was thinking that, well, it's not a big deal. All of these things is not a really big deal. All of this happens not a really big deal. I'm just going to go do. It wasn't getting me the easy access. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I'm not trying to offend at all. I'm trying to say that if everything was great, and if you were doing all the things that you were supposed to do authentically, realizing something's not working, you would be making right now enormous amount of money. All of us are and will be, if we just take care of all of the stories. Makes sense? So I just really want everybody to get to this and understand, really feel it, authentically drop in and see what is the stopping or what's the block. And if you're not ready to admit it, that's totally fine. If you're not ready to, that's totally fine. But if you're working on it and it's not working out, and if you're still not making the amount of money that you should be making once rewiring it, an example would be, so let me go back into $40,000. Me working through this in a matter of an hour, working out and walking out of that retreat and making $70,000 in 2 days. That's working through that. My client working through the money story, dropping off the phone, getting onto with the next hour, getting on the phone with the client, signing her up at her new 5-figure price and lending her client, and then lending 4 more in a matter of less than a month. That is working through that. So I want you guys all to understand that when you say I'm working on it and when I'm worked through that, the results are right there and then. And they don't have to wait. You don't wait for them. They're just right there and they're massive. That's what I want to bring on to you so that you understand what I'm talking about. Right? So is that clear? From my own experience, from experience of my clients, from experience everybody else who I hang out with, once you work that through, things don't take months. They happen right away, there and then, massively. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's get back into the 4-year-old. And actually, you don't need to do this 4-year-old. What we're going to do right now is rewrite your story. So let's go ahead and get into a place of you writing down what that visibility story that you grew up with, number 1, and what's the money story that you grew up with, number 2. So just write it down on a piece of paper. You don't have to put it in chat. The visibility story I grew up with, the money story I grew up with. And let's write down, what do you think for yourself, ladies? Because I'm way over time. I thought that was going to happen. What do you think was the positive value behind those money stories and those visibility stories? What was the positive value? So for my family, the positive value of struggle was survival. My family wanted to survive. We went through famine and World War II and all the rest of the crap and Soviet Union and like, oh my gosh, it's horrible, right? It was just to survive, to make sure that our family survives. That was the positive value, right? For visibility story, I don't really have any. But for visibility story, what was the positive value from your parents for you? So let me give you an example. One of the VIP clients that I have, the 20,000 in 3 months, her father said that, women don't have anything to say. They shouldn't be saying much of things. Why? Because she was born and bred in Brazil when they had a dictatorship. And if she were going and sharing her messages as a woman, she'd probably get arrested or killed or raped or something like that. So her father's positive intention or value behind that story for her daughter to not share anything that she thinks because it's not important was to actually, again, keep her survival. Makes sense? So what is the positive value behind those stories? So some of the things that I've heard, struggle, why, right? What is, money doesn't grow with trees, right? Rich people are immoral. What is it about this? What is the value? We want to keep the family together. We want to make sure that we're together and we grow together and we don't separate, right? That could be the value. So love and belonging, right? Being close with your family. It could be the survival. We want you to survive. The visibility story. We don't want you to get hurt. Right, the positive value. We don't want you to get hurt, so don't go out there. Don't get seen and heard. Don't get seen and heard. You know, your father left, or listen to dad, and don't say anything bad to dad. So don't get visible. Why? Because you can get hurt. Because dad can be violent or whatnot. So write down what is the positive value behind those negative stories that were created. Because there's always a positive value. Always a positive value. Money scarcity, but no love and belonging from my dad. Mom passed at an early age. Yes. So I want to know money security, but no love and belonging. Okay, so money means security, right? So for yourself, pop in and just try to see what did your parents actually behind all these limiting stories. What did they want for you? What did they want for you to happen? Do they want to keep you safe? Do they want to make sure the family's safe? Do you want to make sure that you survive? Do they want to make sure that you don't get hurt? Do they want to make sure that that you don't get in trouble? What is that positive value? And once you've written down those positive, just pop in the comments, yes or no, if you're done with that, if you have the positive value. Yes. Yes. Okay, amazing. And then from that, what I want you to do is to think, do you like the positive value? And do you share the value? Or do you not? Do you share the value of survival? You know, I need to survive. I can't speak if I want to survive. Do you share that value? Just write for yourself, no or yes. I don't share that value. No. Okay, great. So do you share the value or no? Used to, but not anymore. Amazing, right? I don't want to share. Used to, but not anymore. So much more to life. Okay, great. Right? So do you share the value? If it's like, yeah, Kaylee, yes, amazing. See, great. So like figure this out. Is it like, oh, we just want to make sure that the family gets together, family stays together, and we all grow together, and we don't lose each other? Okay, do you share that value? Yes. Or Cal, no, I don't want to merely survive. I want to thrive. Amazing, right? So if you don't share the value, then what value do you share instead? What value do you have instead? What value do you want to have instead of that, right? What value do you share? Again, this, I want to thrive, right? So something, when we talk about visibility and getting paid, is I want to be powerfully seen and heard and share my message and thrive as I do that, right? I want to powerfully share my message and I want to get paid for it. I want to get exchange of energy. I want to thrive. I want to live my life through experiences. That's my value. My value is as I powerfully share my message, I get to thrive. I get to live. I get to experience. I get to have the freedom, right? So this, as I get powerfully seen and heard, I get taken care of. For those of you who have money problem, right? As I powerfully get seen and heard, I get taken care of. Money is abundant to me as I share powerfully my message. I want to speak my mind freely, no matter if everyone agrees with it or not. Amazing. Arena visibility, be safe against communist limits. Many survival, not sharing value. Instead, I want my voice and life back. Exactly, right? So write it all. I'm getting goosebumps. And then we're going to write a visibility statement. So your statement would start with I am, and it will have your value and your story, right? So something like, as I'm powerfully sharing my voice and my story, I get taken care of and I get to thrive. I get financially taken care of and I get to thrive. As I'm through sharing powerfully my voice and my story authentically, the universe takes care of me. right? Through sharing my story, my voice powerfully, I stay connected with my family and I thrive and I support my family, right? As I share my story, as I share my voice powerfully and authentically, I get to earn money and support my entire family. I get to be the breadwinner and I get to thrive, right? I feel safe. It's safe to share my story and be taken care of. So write it down for you. Have that statement. Write it down for yourself. What is it? It's safe to do that. If it's a safety, right? I get to do that. I get to thrive. I get to do that, and I get to feel safe. I get to do that, and I get to support my family. I get to do it. And I get to be taken care of financially and physically and emotionally. Right? I get to exchange the energy. The universe will take care of me. So write it down for yourself. What does that mean? Let me know in the comments, and yes, if you've written down it for yourself, because we're going to do some body shifting exercise right now. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I'm going to wait for a second. Yes, okay, great. So what I'd love for you to do is I would love to stand up, speak openly and boldly, thrive. Ah, yes. So stand up. Don't move anywhere. Stand up. And I want you to look, just have like a circle somewhere around you. And what I want you to do is I want you to just see how the circle looks like. You're going to be stepping in that circle in a moment. Is it a white chalk circle? Is it an energy circle? Is it a white light? Is it kind of like a halo type of a thing? Is it energetic blue, red, whatever, fire circle, however it is, how do you imagine that circle? In a moment, you're going to step into that circle. I'm going to guide you, and we're going to stand there, and you're going to do a power pose. So you're going to stand in that circle. You're going to stand so take up space, ladies. Take up space. So put your arms up, put your chin up, put your legs really, really wide, and you're going to be repeating loudly to yourself your new power statement. I'm powerfully being seen and heard, and I'm sharing my voice, and I get taken care of, and I'm thriving, and I'm supporting my family, whatever that is for you. So in a moment, you're going to step into that circle, and you're going to embody that new visibility story. You're going to put your arms up, put your chin up, put your legs up, and you're going to stand there repeating that until you start feeling like there's energy going through your body. Does that make sense? So why don't we go and start doing this, and I'm going to be guiding you. So step into that circle right now. Put your arms up. Spread your legs, take up space, put the chin up, put your chest up, get into the power pose, and repeat either loudly or to yourself what your visibility story is, what your money story is. How do you get powerfully seen, heard, and get paid? What is it? Through sharing my voice powerfully and authentically, I get taken care of, and I'm accepted, and I'm loved, and I feel safe. I get to take care of my family. I'm thriving. I share my voice boldly and powerfully. What is it? Just share it, and start feeling like you have energy, goosebumps just going through your body. Feel like you have maybe like a light bulb in your body, and it's spreading, and you feel warm, and you feel tingling sensations, and you feel the goosebumps, and you feel electricity running throughout your entire body as you repeating that sentence and repeating that sentence and repeating that sentence and repeating that story to yourself. And you feel like all of this energy is just going through the core all the way to the top of your head and the tip of your toes and everywhere else. And you just feel absolutely amazing and warm and tingly and energetic. And repeat it and breathe. Use your breath to really embody that new belief, embody that new story, and take up space and believe it with your entire body for a moment. Feel that energy, feel that heat, feel those goosebumps, feel that blending with you. Take 3 deep breaths. So take a deep breath in. Repeat the sentence, hold it, and breathe out. Take 2 more. Repeat the sentence, feel the energy, feel the heat, feel the body, and breathe out. And one last one. Repeat the sentence, feel it in your body, feel the energy, feel the heat, feel the goosebumps, and breathe out. Don't move from your circle. What I'd love for you to do is take a look at where you were sitting or standing just about 3 minutes ago when we were rewiring all that story. And I want you to see yourself sitting in that seat just 2 minutes ago. What you're going to do is you don't step out from the circle just yet, but you're going to step out from the circle in a minute and you're going to take that seat as a new you. But what I'd love for you to do is to see that woman who was sitting on that chair just a minute ago. And I want you to thank her for allowing herself to come here and open up and do this so that new story can even be created. So thank her for having done this job, and then go ahead and take a seat. And so what I'd love for you to do right now is pop in the chart for me. How did it feel? How did this whole thing feel for you right now? This whole story, everything that we did, how did it all feel? Just start popping up for me the insights that you're having. Jen, powerful, empowering and doable, amazing, transformational, energizing, peaceful, transforming, energizing, empowering, amazing. Feel lighter and empowered, energetically uplifting, empowering. Yes. I want to get out and take action. Yes. Empowering, feel like I can do anything. Yes. Certain, amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I get goosebumps, empowered, take action. I get goosebumps. Amazing, 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 amazing. Unstoppable, yes. A new me, yes. Oh! Great, I'm loving it. And we just digged it a little bit. Ladies, that is really all I have for today. All you need to do is take action right now. And for those of you who are already in the program, we have starting Monday 3rd, we have so much action, you have no idea. We have amazing action, and this is what we're going to be doing throughout the program, just to give you a piece of a taste for that. For those of you who asked me about it, I want to tell you just really briefly about the program that starts on June 3rd. It's called Success Without Struggle. And it's really designed, I kind of talked about it, to get you to your 10K months and just take out all the questions from entrepreneurship, build your business model, create everything that you need to create for your business, niche, authority, social media, everything that you need to do. And you meet what time Monday? I'm going to tell you, Rena, when we're going to get to it, to the Facebook group, what time on Monday. So what I have for you is to let you know that what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing 3 business things. We're going to be doing the business building, what I just talked about, particularly from a business entrepreneurship perspective. We're going to do coaches building. So we can talk about niches and your confusion and your overwhelm and your marketing and your social media and your authority story writing and your client attraction strategies. So everything that you need for your business is going to be talked about. And we're going to do these type of sessions for mindset, right? So we're going to be doing powerful. This is just a taste. We're going to be doing something extremely powerful when it comes to visibility, your authenticity, your power, a lot of money, rewiring story. We're going to have 5 different experts coming in who are leading multiple 6-figure businesses already, who are working with you on energy, on law of attraction, or traumas, on writing authentic stories. I have a transformational speaker coming to you and a social media coach for social media managers who's going to come and teach you all of that. So you have amazing expertise, amazing people. Monday's a webinar. Is there time? I'm going to talk. So ladies who is in the program, I'll discuss with you later. I can guarantee you won't leave without understanding anything. So what happens in this group is we're going to take care of all the things that we just talked about in the group. Why? Because we've seen a hole in the market. And the hole in the market is there is no business training, entrepreneurship training, along with the coaching training, right? So the training for the business coaches and entrepreneurs, and the powerful mindset, the transformation. There is either one, second, or the third one, and we combine them all. This is a 14-week program, and we just have several spots left. Now, so for those people who invested with me early enough, they knew the pricing. We've actually, as I was saying out loud, we actually up-leveled the pricing. So the pricing in the program, if you Google it right now, it's $5,000. But if you were to invest in it throughout the webinar, then you are getting it at an old price of $3,000, which means that you're getting me for live coaching sessions, group coaching sessions. You get the videos, you get the experts at $3,000 of investment. This is what I have for you for the investment price. I think I kind of went through all of the possible objections when it comes to it. I don't even call them objections, but possibility of why we're not investing and why we're not doing what we're doing. So if you want to make consistent 10K months, if you want to get out of overwhelm and build your business and know what the business model to build, if you want to get extremely clear on niche marketing, client attraction, story writing, if you want to work through transformational stuff for money, mindset, visibility story, authenticity story, then we're going to go deep into stepping into your own power as a coach. So if you're going to get through, we're going to get through that. If you want to get access to high level, multiple six-figure entrepreneurs are coming teaching you, particularly a webinar for each and every single one of you, then this is just a no-brainer. So I told my ladies already that we calculated the price of this program. It runs about 20 to 25,000. This is my first time running this program. That's why it's such a price. Next time around, we're going to be doing a much bigger investment. I actually spoke to my business coach about it today. It's going to be triple the investment to invest next time, because this is a one-time opportunity. So we have several spots left, and I'm interested in amazing, just purpose-driven, high-level female entrepreneurs who are ready to get out there and start making money. So if you're ready to get into a place where I am just, you saw people who are already in, it's like, I can't wait, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. This is the type of mentality that we want to do. So for you, what I want you to do, and I'm really excited that all of you are still on, what I want you to do is type in the question in the chat if you have any questions in regards to the program. And I want you to reach out to me. I can drop the link here in the webinar, but we're going to finish soon. So what I want you to do is to reach out to me personally, because we're going to have to send you a different link. So I can drop the link for Success Without Struggle so you can take a look at that. And I would love for people who are on, just give somebody just a bit of an insight of what's going to happen. So if Lisa's still on, if Annalina's still on, if you're joining, just tell me what you're most excited about. So this is the program, but in order to get a discount, meaning not 5,000 but 3,000, you're going to need to reach out to me personally so I can give you a separate link, because if you take a look at the program right now, it's actually going to give you different pricing. There's absolutely a deadline to it. The deadline is 24 hours. So we are going to send this out to you, obviously, to think about it, but we're almost sold out, and I would love to get you on if this is a great investment. How do we contact you? Michelle, you can please, all of it, so excited. Thanks, Annalena. Michelle, please message me on Messenger. So message me on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and I'll get you in the price, the different price link for that, because it's only available for 24 hours. So that's what I have. Any other questions? So who asked about? Michelle asked about it. Jen, I think, asked about. Jen, do you have any questions? Kaylee, do you have any questions for me in regards to the program? And I'm going to be really honest with you and authentic with you, because that's how I roll. I think that I honestly am super excited about it. I think that there isn't anything like this in the market, mainly because I've done 6 different business coaches and coaching programs, and I know there isn't anything in the market. The amount of private things that, just think about that. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. I'm most excited about everything. Amazing. Just think about it. My private coaching is $40,000 for 9 months right now. You're going to get me for 14 weeks, group program, but you're going to get me for 14 weeks. Which is unheard of. It's less than 10%. I'm curious how it's structured. 10% of investment of my private coaching. Kaylee, go ahead and please click on the link. It's going to tell you all about it, how it's structured. But pretty much, we're going to drop in mini videos for you every Monday. You're going to watch the mini videos for you. You're going to have an expert. We're going to have 5 experts coming in. Each and every single expert, I'm going to be telling you which week they're going to be coming in. That we're going to coming in on Wednesday. There's only one that comes in on Monday. Coming in on Wednesday, teaching you live the juiciest things that they give to their clients. Nothing, just what I want you to think is, nobody's going to come and try to sell you anything, okay? I have personal contact and relationship with these women. They're coming to serve you because they're my friends. They're not coming to sell you anything. They're coming to serve you. And there are absolutely superstars in their niche and market. So you are getting access to like personalized coaching from this women. It's mind-blowing. Okay, so we're gonna drop in little videos on Monday so you can have them, watch them. We're gonna have a community manager, so someone who's gonna reply to your comments and get you the information that you need within the Facebook group. We're gonna have ladies coming in and teach you. And on Saturday, you're gonna have live coaching with me. I'm gonna come and either do a Q&A if it's a business week, or I'm gonna do this, what I just did with you, in a matter of 20 minutes. We're gonna have anywhere from 60 to 90 of deep transformation work with me. Trust me, we're gonna bust you through a whole of gazillion time of blocks that you haven't even had no idea even existed. This is really invaluable. I'm extremely excited about this program. I think this program is gonna blow the mind. The amount of women that Jen, this sounded great, Lilia, thanks. The amount of women that we have and just the women that we have in this program are insane. Everybody's ready to kill it. Everybody's ready to rock it. It's super important to be inside with women who are on the same page. And this is who we have. I've been in mastermind on programs where we had people who had depression, weird things going on. Everybody's ready to kill it. And it's going to be insane. This is a priceless gift anyone can give herself. I'm so excited for success. I'm honestly, I can't even tell you how excited I am. And I'm going to tell you right now, because I'm being honest, the next time around, we're going to have a 3 tiers. We're just going to sell the videos. We're going to have coaches working for me, coaching you at 5K, not me, coaches coaching you at 5K. And I am going to be coaching at 10K, that program twice a month, not even every single week. So you're in for one hell of a ride. This is the opportunity. Seize it, because the investment is ridiculously low and we only have several spots available. Thank you all. So I can't wait to see who is going to be on. I'm super, super, super excited to do that with you. It's going to be mind blowing. Ladies, I'm going to take you to the next level. You are going to take yourself to the next level. And I love it, love it, love it. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you all later. Love you all.